Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video we're going to do the Japanese curry or the kare. Now when you think about curry, your mind normally drifts towards India. Now this curry has a lot of influence from India, but it was introduced to Japan in the 1860s by the British and now has become an important part of the Japanese culture. So for today's video, we're going to make the Japanese curry from scratch. The curry powder, the curry paste, everything from scratch. Let's So the Japanese curry powder contains a variety of spices and herbs. It's a bit different from an Indian curry powder. Japanese curry powders normally contain a bit of zest from a mandarin or some citrus, and also they contain herbs like sage, dill, or sometimes even thyme. But the base ingredients are the same, like coriander, turmeric, black pepper, and star anise. First, let's toast the whole spices. The coriander seeds, cumin seeds, the caraway seeds, whole black peppercorns, allspice berries, fennel seeds, star anise, and some whole mustard seeds. Toast it till it's nice and aromatic, till you get all the aromas and all the spices release all those oils. Then toss it into a mortar and then pound till you have a nice consistency. If you have a spice blender, you could use that as well, but I prefer doing it the old school way. Next, I'm going to add my turmeric, thyme, dried sage, and fenugreek leaves, followed by some mandarin zest, garlic powder, and some onion powder. And finally, some ginger powder, some espelette pepper, and some cinnamon. Now, if you don't have espelette pepper, you could use smoked paprika or some spicy paprika as well. So when making a curry, you can make it many different ways, and you can do it with many different meats or proteins. I'm going to do it with beef. Now, the cheaper the cut of beef, the longer it takes to cook. If you're using turkey or chicken, it might cook faster. Traditionally in Japan, it's done with pork or beef. There are a few chicken variations that I've seen, but there's some beef chuck, just to give it a nice crust and to seal that meat in. I'm going to use some all-purpose flour, and this is optional, but I also like adding a spoon of that curry mix. Toss it all together. For the curry paste, you need a lot of onions, so finely dice your onions, grate a carrot, some celery, and an apple. Peel the apple before you grate it, because you don't want that skin in that curry. Again, that's optional. Into a hot pan, now sear your beef pieces or whatever meat you're using. Make sure you have that nice color on all sides. You don't have to cook it through, we'll finish cooking it in the curry. Once you have that nice caramelized beef, take it off the pan. We're still going to use the same pan, and do not scrape the pan because this is very important. Into that same pan, you're going to add in your onions that we chopped earlier. And now, if you see the onion, the water from the onions will come out, and all the souk, as we call it, from the bottom of the pan will flavor the onions. Cook your onions till it's nice and translucent. Then drop in your celery, your apple, and your carrots, and keep cooking it for another 20 to 25 minutes. They all should be nice and soft. Now it's time to add a few teaspoons of your curry powder and keep cooking it for another 5 to 10 minutes. We don't add the curry powder earlier because it'll give a very bitter taste. For the vegetables, in the traditional Japanese kare, you always use potatoes and carrots, but you could also use whatever vegetables you want. I'm going to stick with potatoes and carrots. Going to transfer my curry base to a larger pot. Keep cooking it. What you can also do is, once it's nice and soft, you could also blend it like I have, and then I'm going to add in some vegetable stock. You could also use chicken stock or just water. You don't need to thicken it and make a roux, because this will naturally thicken with the beef. Drop in your chunks of beef, and your curry will turn a brownish color. That's how it's supposed to be, with all the flavor and the juices from the beef in it. So it'll turn from yellow into a darker brown. Add in your vegetables and a dash of light soy sauce. You could also add some MSG if you want. Season with some salt and some sugar if you need to. You could also add salt and sugar in your curry powder with a little bit of MSG. I've opted not to do that. And once your beef is nice and soft, you can serve it